Guards! Knights! Squires! Prepare for battle! Hello everyone, and welcome back down here to the Gamer's Den with me, your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire, bringing you the next part of the first edition Pathfinder Cavalier guide today, talking about their mounts. And first, let me apologize if that intro was just a little bit too loud. Hopefully I've remembered to put a warning on the thumbnail. I was just having fun and kind of feeling things out a bit and decided to throw in a reference to an old movie that has a lot to do with knights and cavaliers and the like. Bonus points to you if you know the name of the movie, and give yourself a bonus to a skill check or advantage on a particular roll, and tell your DM that your resident lore master said so. But today we are going to talk about mounts, and remember, before we get into all of that, if you're new here to the channel, go on down there, hit that subscribe button, and become a regular member here at the Gamer's Den. Or, if you've already gone on ahead and listed yourself on such an incredible roster of legendary heroes, then go on down to hit the like button and share the video far and wide. But now, let's talk about your mount selection. And to start with, the first things you need to know when you have a mount is that you get a link with your mount that gives you a +4 bonus to animal handling on some checks. Your mount will also gain things like evasion, ability score increases every 4 levels, multi-attack, and improved evasion, and many more things. But now we just need to pick out a mount either from the medium list or small list, depending on if you're a medium-sized cavalier or a small-sized one. And to start off, for the medium-sized selection, we have the standby, the classic, the staple for any cavalier. It's the horse. It's a large-sized creature with a speed of 50 feet, and it gains a bonus to its armor class with a +4 natural armor. It also has a bite attack dealing 1d4 points of damage, and 2 hoof attacks dealing 1d6 points of damage. Its ability scores start off at an impressive strength of 16, dexterity 13, constitution 15, intelligence 2, wisdom 12, and charisma 6. And for special qualities, it has low light vision and scent. 4th level, it advances, with its ability scores increasing with a strength of +2, con of +2, and it becomes combat trained, though bear in mind that at 1st level when you gain your mount, it already comes combat trained, and it already has light armor proficiency as a bonus feat for free. But then, going on from there, this is a selection, at least from a purely mechanical standpoint, that I would recommend that you take at 1st level if you can. And that's the Axebeak. It starts off as a medium-sized creature with a speed of 50 feet, armor class of +2 for natural armor, and it has an attack of a bite dealing 1d6 plus 1.5 strength for damage. Its ability scores start off at a strength of 10, dexterity 17, con of 12, intelligence 2, wisdom of 11, and charisma 10. And for special qualities, it has low light vision. By the time you hit 4th level and you get the advancement, it becomes a large-sized creature. It gains another +2 to its natural armor, and its attack, its bite, goes up to 1d8 plus 1.5 strength. Its ability scores increase with a strength of +8, dex of -2, and a con +4. And for special attacks, it gains sudden charge. Now that strength bonus there is pretty significant and gives a big boost to its bite attack damage. Plus 1.5 strength means you're getting a +6 bonus to that 1d8 bite. That's a pretty big boost, especially around 4th level or so. And all the way around, the Axebeak is actually a pretty significant mount for you to have. The only thing that I can really see stopping you from getting it is if your DM looks at you and goes, "How do you have an Axebeak to start with?" But if your DM approves it and says yes, take it and run with it, or, ride off into the sunset with it. The Axebeak makes for a great mount for a cavalier. But now, for all of you small-sized cavaliers, you halflings, you gnomes, you mighty creatures that are short in stature, you start off with a selection of a wolf, which is something I would recommend. It's a medium-sized creature to start with. Speed of 30 feet. Its natural armor bonus is a +4. Its Bite attack deals 1d6 points of damage plus gets to make a free trip when it lands its bite. Its ability scores start off with a strength of 13, dexterity 15, con of 15, intelligence of 2, wisdom 12, charisma 6, and its special qualities is it starts off with low light vision and scent. By the time you hit 7th level, it advances, with its size going up to large, speed becomes 40 feet, gets another +2 from its natural armor bonus, its bite attack goes up to 1d8 plus the trip ability, and its ability scores increase with that impressive strength +8, -2 to dex, and a +4 to its constitution. And this is a really respectable mount for you to use. I mean, it's got a significant amount of combat ability to it. Its ability to trip targets is absolutely a useful thing. But there is a better option for you, and it's probably the pinnacle out of all the mounts so far, and that's the giant Gecko. Starts off as a small-sized creature with a speed of 30 feet. It's got a bite attack dealing 1d6 points of damage, and its ability scores start off at a strength of 11, dex of 15, con of 12, intelligence 2, wisdom 14, charisma 7. And for special qualities, it has expert climber, which gives it a natural continuous spider climb that really, because it's a natural effect, can't be dispelled. It also has low light vision. By the time you hit 4th level, it advances and becomes a medium-sized creature. The speed increases to 40 feet, its natural armor goes up by +2, has a bite attack that goes up to 2d4, and its ability scores increase with a strength of +8, dex of -2, and a con of +4. All the way around a pretty significant boost for this creature, and it's that expert climber that really seals the deal for you, because this will allow you to reach opponents that are otherwise unassailable. At least by you, they're unassailable. You can attack from the ceiling, from the walls, you can bypass a lot of traps, and because of its relatively small size, especially in comparison to wolves and horses, you're going to be able to get it into smaller, tighter spaces and be able to continue using all of your charge effects. That's a pretty significant boost and a boon right there for you, and really does a lot to sell the idea of small-sized Cavaliers being especially effective. Now, there's just one thing that I would throw in here at the end, and that's for more the DMs that might be watching this, and that is to write in some extra options for mounts. Write in other options for your players, if for no other reason than the basis of region and climate. I've been on a Warhammer kick lately, and the first thing that comes to mind is Kislev and their bear riders, their bear cavalry. That's a pretty significant and thematic thing to have available to your players, and I think it's worthwhile to write something like that in. And you could do the same for anything else, something that replicates the savannah, riding on cheetahs or lions or hyenas even. Lots of different options that you could go with there that would make for suitable mounts, I would argue. Now, how much effort you want to put into it just kind of depends, and certainly players that might be watching this, check with your DMs first, because horses are ubiquitous enough that they can be found in all kinds of temperatures and climates and the like, so definitely consult your DMs first. But certainly I think there's room to be made for an argument of different mounts being listed. But what do you think? Go on down to the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Did you like today's video? Did you dislike it? Did you like or dislike this suggestion here at the end? Either way, hit those like or dislike buttons and go on down to the comments below and let me know your thoughts, and we'll engage in discussion. And also remember, if you're new here to the channel, go on down there, hit that subscribe button, and become a regular member here at the Gamers Den. But with all that said, I've been your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire. Next Tuesday, we'll be covering the orders. Sorry I didn't get to it this time around. The video just got to be a bit longer than I would have liked. But once again, thank you so much for your time, and you all have yourselves a good night.